Well, hello and Happy New Year. I have pre-recorded this a few days earlier than New Year's just in case I'm doing something and I want to make sure that there's a video available. But I want to tell you something. I've already failed. Can you believe it? I failed already. Now you might be wondering, what am I talking about? What kind of craziness am I referring to? Well, I told you it's New Year's. And what did I think I've mentioned it at least once on the previous videos, that my goal for my friends, at least on Facebook, was to challenge them to come up with new habits before the new year, because once January 1 comes, your New Year's resolution that you're going to try to achieve, you'll fail at some point, and then that's it. It's already done. But if you start ahead of time, you start on, I don't know, December 15th, December 17th, even if you start at December 28th, you've at least tried ahead of time. But I'm posting this video to be available if or when you fail your New Year's resolution. Why do I hope that you fail? No, not by any means. That's not my goal. That's not my intention. I'm not trying to discourage you. I'm not trying to make it where you're like, oh, well, we tried and we messed up. No, but it's to give you hope. You know, every once in a while, there's going to be a random thought that I'm going to present to you. It's going to be outside of a series or a collection of challenges that I make to you, or it's just going to be a random one-off. And so I was thinking about this yesterday while I was out doing my walk. I said, I was actually listening to a Bible plan, and the idea that was in there was trying to encourage people to prevent them from failing at certain things or certain pieces. And I remember laughing, thinking, I already am a failure. There were a couple events, nothing big, nothing huge, but there were already a couple of things that had happened earlier in the day that made me say, well, that didn't go like I planned, or that didn't go like I planned. It's like, man, that even went wrong. And then that night, a couple things happened during the walk that just made it out like I really can't wait for this day to end, because I'm failing, I feel like. But then I had the question. I said, what is my goal? What is my target? See, I watch a lot of sports, and in one of the things when it comes to sports is you have to ask yourself the question, what is your team's goal? What is it you're hoping your team achieves? See, if your team's been successful for a lot of times, then you want to see more of the same success each and every time. If your team is not successful, you are just hoping for a shred of hope of some kind of improvement. My freshman year of high school, our basketball team lost every game. We went 0-18. We made even a t-shirt that said like undefeated, 18-0, and then there was a circle on the line through it because we weren't there. And if we had won one game, it would have meant a whole lot of different emotions. But our coach was able to just help us to be able to smile and joke about the idea that we're trying. We didn't have the talent, and we didn't play well enough to win games. It happens. I wouldn't say we were failures unless you're talking about winning the game. When it came to putting our heart out there and trying, we weren't failures. We did try. So what does that mean for you today? What does it mean as you're watching this video? Maybe the thing that you failed at was your New Year's resolution, whatever you were aiming to go for. You know what? In retrospect, is it really ruined? I think there's grace that's involved in some of the things that we do. If you look at the idea of a Bible reading schedule, you know what? It's okay. Make up for it the next day. Read two of your day's readings, and then get built back up. Look, if you tell me that you read 328 days straight throughout the year, I'm not going to sit there and go, why couldn't you get 365? What's wrong with you? Why couldn't you get 366 or whatever? No, that's ridiculous. The goal is, what are you setting as your goal, as your ambition, as your direction? And be realistic with it. You know, the Bible gives us a couple verses that I want to share with you to kind of encourage you amongst this line about the idea of being a failure. Remember, Psalm 37:23 says, "The steps of a good man are ordered by the Lord, and he delighteth in his way." Now you might say, I'm not a good man. Well, what prevents you from being a good man or a good woman? What's preventing you? What's stopping that? Is there a struggle that you're having? Well, work on that. That could be the New Year's resolution. And you just keep plugging forward. The Christian's goal is to make his life as close to Christ. And there's going to be times when there's going to be turbulence and there's going to be stumbles. Get back up. Another one. Lamentations 3:22 and 23. It says, "It is of the Lord's mercies that we are not consumed, because his compassions fail not. They are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness." Talking about God. See, the thing I wanted to bring up about failure is that when we're walking the Christian life and we're trying to do the best we can to be the Christian we're supposed to be, we fail, we stumble, but God gives mercy. Hence why that verse tells us they are new every morning. Great is thy faithfulness. Psalm 37:24, it's a familiar verse to Christians. "Though he fall, he shall not be utterly cast down, for the Lord upholdeth him with his hand." Proverbs 24:16 says, "For a just man falleth 7 times, and riseth up again, but the wicked shall fall into mischief." Psalm 73:26, "My flesh and my heart faileth, but God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever." You know, I can tell you many stories of things that I failed at. And if you know me, you probably know some of these stories. And it's not due to lack of effort, not due to not trying. It's due to failing at times. And I have to believe that God has a reason and a purpose to put us through the storms that we go through and the trials that we go through. And it's easy to sit there and to say, oh man, I failed. I failed. But don't stay there. Don't let it end there. This New Year's, you've got challenges and goals in front of you. And I don't know what they are. I don't know what you plan on doing unless you've told me. But why don't we resolve ourselves and say, I'm going to go forward and I'm going to be victorious. And yeah, I failed one day, but it's not over. It's not done with. We're going to keep going forward and keep moving in a positive direction. Anyway, just trying a little quick encouragement. I hope that's what this felt for you. Again, Happy New Year, and until the next time, have a wonderful day.